Yasmin, I don't know about
I
you.
missed all
I
of you
missed everybody.
guys.
Hey, Emmanuel, welcome. Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello, Facebook. Hello, TikTok. Hello, Instagram. It's another Sunday.
Woo!
Woohoo! Yes. Let's do this. Yay!
We are looking up princessy,
Yes, that's the vibe
Hi,
today.
Cool J. Thanks for joining. It's a princess vibe today. Happy weekend, everybody.
Yes.
Yep. You know what we do here. My name is Yasmin SG, and I'm here with the
Duchess, Leviel, Esther. Yes, I'm happy to be here too.
Happy to see all of you. Thank you so much for joining. I see people
Thank
joining
you.
on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Thank you so much. So today,
Mhm. What are we talking about?
listen.
It's the listen for me. That means there are bars coming. Please give us bars today.
Listen.
Yes.
All the time we hear people say, success, you can make it everywhere. I don't know why you people want to japa. So today we are talking about japaing. For the non-Africans, we are talking about people traveling
Out of their
out of
country to
their
see
home
greener
country
pastures.
to seek for a better life, right? And listen, I'm gonna go straight into it.
Listen.
This is what I saw on Twitter the other day, and I'm going to read. It said somebody tweeted that they tell you Bill Gates was a dropout, but they won't tell you his mom was on the board of a bank. They tell you Mark Zuckerberg dropped out, but won't also tell you his parents were top medical professionals. They will tell you Aliko Dangote,
Say, started from the
the
bottom.
African billionaire,
Yes.
made it in Nigeria, so
But they
you can
don't
also
tell
make it in
you.
Africa, but they don't tell you that man comes from a rich home.
Kennedy, Japan.
All of these people, they just tell you Kennedy Japan lived most of his life in America
Abroad.
and he made it.
Had a foundation.
So what we are talking about today is that, and as the person tweeted, if you have no shock absorber, and that's what he calls it, if you have no shock absorber, take your education serious. Like, try and find ways to change your story. And I'm gonna tell you my story and how we all got here, right? So guys, welcome everybody. I see people joining. Opo Wazi, P God, Kekli, and I see people happy Black History Month. Hi guys. Yeah, so we are talking about we are asking, can you make it in Africa or do you need to travel and be successful? But let's also establish the fact that success is relative, right? Everybody defines what they call successful. For some people, once they are able to afford a single bedroom apartment with everything in, that's their mark of their success. Like, they are okay. Some people also are ambitious, they want to achieve more, they want to get more things done. So guys, that's what we are asking today. Let us know your opinion. Do you think, we are Ghanaians, right? So let's say, do you think that you can make it in Ghana? This is what I say, and I'm going to use myself as an example. So growing up, I had my basic education, high school, uni, and just before I graduated uni, I sat down one day and I was like, wait, the way this economy is set up and the way employment, unemployment, graduate unemployment, we've even formed association of graduate unemployment. And then I started to look for a job. It was so hard. When I sat down one day, I calculated my salary. I was like, so how many years will it take me to get like 50,000 CDs, not even dollars, 50,000 CDs in my bank account? I was like, nah, I need to get up. I need to get up and do something about this. So I think it's individual, right? Some people are just content. And I don't even blame them. And I also say that it depends on the parents if your parents lay the foundation for you, because we all know when we're in school, the rich kids, like their parents had businesses. Once they graduate, they are going to go on manage their father's company and all that. But if you are like me, if you're like me, who are a single mother, and this single mother, it's not like she was a banker or she was like a businesswoman traveling to Dubai, going for like things to come and sell and all that. She's a middle income woman selling second-hand goods and like upholstery and all that. Like, how are you going to benefit from?
Yeah, I mean, say like and the other time we were having this conversation, I talked about even like growing up, the kind of network you have plays a role in finally who you become. So like I would always say the school that you even went to plays a part. What kind of people have their children in that school? What kind of network are you even building from that stage? Like these people that we've mentioned that have made it, they have those foundations. They have those networks. They have exposure to things. Like you're seeing things that is inspiring you to be like, I can make it, like it's possible. But you are somewhere, there's somewhere. And there was always something I said, like when we wrote like our final exams, like BC and WASI, there's somebody that's in a village somewhere, has never seen that textbook, but you're writing the same exams with them, and they expect the person to pass as you have passed. You had the resources, you had the books, you had the people. Sometimes some schools will even buy questions for the school to be able to
no louder
for the students to pass. And it's like you're starting from different platforms, right? So you don't expect that. And some people, it's not like they're not putting in the effort. They are working so hard, but they don't know anybody. First of all, they don't have the network, they don't have the exposure, they don't even have the confidence to be able to enter into certain places and say, here I am, and this is what I have to offer. Like I always say, me studying abroad gave me a new perspective, a new sense of confidence, a new sense of self-worth. When I came back to Ghana, before I left Ghana, I had gone to uni, right? But like there was still not that confidence in myself that I could do this. I could say that somebody would listen to me when I have an opinion about something, right? But going to study abroad, I was exposed, I was pushed to talk. Like I was never somebody that would even answer a question in class, but I went abroad because they welcomed my opinions, they welcomed me speaking my mind. I was talking in class all the time. I'm answering questions, I'm giving presentations. And by the time I came back from the UK, I was so confident. There was no job interview that I was afraid. Like I would not be nervous about going for. I went for job interviews. My sister, thousands, plenty. I was not even one.
Don't even get me started.
Not
right?
even one. This is somebody that has gone to do her masters. Like it's not like I'm coming here based on, I'm bringing my merit, I'm bringing my knowledge, my experience. Like I even went on to went for an internship with the UN in Switzerland. I came back with like a lot. I was excited, I was pumped. Only came back for my excitement to be deflated by the kind of country that I had come back to. And so it's not like I didn't want to be successful, but the avenues were in there, the environment wouldn't even allow you to. And so I understand why some people will say, yeah, you need to leave to be able to make it. You know, here you are appreciated for what you bring to the table, not who you know, not who knows your father, your mother, your uncle, your grandpa, or not, what your family already has, right?
And I think this is something we need to talk about. Let's be real here. Right, so all of us, like both of us, went to the UK for further studies, and then when we got back to our country, so the scholarship that they gave us was like, come learn, get this knowledge, go back to your country, and go let them benefit from your knowledge, right? But the most heartbreaking thing I heard when I wanted to go work with a college as a research assistant, I was not even coming as a lecturer, right? And what they told me was, you paid your fees to another country's government and not our government. So I'm telling you this, like we can't work with you because you didn't have your education here, you didn't pay your fees.
Wait,
to the Ghana government. Yeah.
But you went to school in Ghana.
I
You
finished
did
University
first
of Ghana.
degree in Ghana.
I went to Yasantua Senior High, University of Ghana. It was only the master's program I went abroad.
You even had the UK pay. My Ghanaian government paid for my schooling, and I came and they didn't have a job for me. Like, I don't understand.
So, like, guys, that's what we are talking about today, right? Yes, we understand that everybody has a way of defining their success, but we are asking that we are all born to be successful. That's what I believe. God made everybody successful, right? And does your environment influence whether or not you be successful, or is solely dependent on your like lifetime choices or lifetime decisions? And that's what I'm saying here right now, that you can have all the ambitions in the world, you can be the most intelligent student in the world, you can be the most brilliant, the most skillful, but if you find yourself in the wrong environment, like, they will bury you with everything, because where we come from, like, there's little opportunity for you to thrive. Like what I'm saying right now, that's what the professor told me, that sorry, we can't work with you because you didn't pay your fees to Ghana government. And I remember so well, I had to apply for like different companies, different schools. And guys, see this thing they talk about, that when you are a woman and you are looking for a job, the harassment, like, see, this is social media, so I'm not going to give details, but it is real for those people. I remember people used to debate with me that they don't think it's real. It's real. It is. Like, if you are not willing to compromise, then forget it. Like, you are not getting any job.
And that reminds me of a story. So before I finished my first degree, like, so in level 400, like, I'd always been like a skinny, tiny person. And you know, like, oh, typical African men, they want like the booty, they want this. And I was like skinny. I didn't have any of that, right? And do you know what one of my female friends told me? She was like, oh, the way you are skinny, dear, if you go into the offices, they won't even look at you to even give you a job. So to confirm that is what, like, that's what's happening. You are not giving opportunities based on merits, based on what you bring to the table, but you are giving opportunities based. So
what
should you stay in that situation and say, oh, because I have this ambition and I am learned and I have all these skills and I have these expertise, I should still stay in an environment that's not allowing me to thrive, or I should look outside, right?
Exactly.
To a place where people will accept me and take me for what I bring to the table.
Yes, and a place where you get your sufferings worth. Because listen, we've all worked in our home countries before. We used to go to work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And at the end of the month, when you calculate what they are giving you, like,
it's called hand to mouth. Enough for your lorry fare and your lunch. Even the lunch you have to calculate, because hey, I remember. Hey, I'm sorry not to cut you, but I remember when I was doing my national service. Hey, if I calculated my money, if I spend extra one CD, I will walk home. I swear, I will walk home, because the money, it's calculated.
Yeah.
How much I need to go in and out. My lunch, if I go and buy more than KK and fish, I will not go home that day.
See, you can't come back to work tomorrow. I'm telling you, like, so one day I sat down, I was like, listen, so this salary that I'm getting, and this generation that I need to continue, and that's what I keep saying all the time. Like, all the time when I'm making decisions, I'm thinking about my next generation. So I sat down one day and I was like, this money they are paying me every month, it's not even enough to cover rent, expenses, food, and all that. You can't even save anything. So the options are, one, either I get myself a sugar daddy, or I join politics,
right?
Or I join the Game Boys,
or you marry a pastor, find a pastor.
I marry a pastor, or I marry somebody and I'm a burden onto him,
right?
So after analyzing all these, I said, listen, I need to get up, because I can't continue like this. And none of them is easy. They all come at a cost. Yep. And then also seeking for bigger opportunities also come at a cost. So why don't I just take the risk? And some people, I think, have not really thought about these things. So like they are content with what they have. Oh, let's say they have a job, they are given this amount of money, maybe they have their car, so they are okay, everything is enough for them.
It's fine for some people.
And that's fine. But what put me on my toes was that I, after thinking about my next generation, so like if I have to stay in this situation, let's say I get a good man, and then we get married, we have kids, then my kids are also going to go through the same cycle. So like, when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Right? And there are bigger opportunities that we can get up, and I think it starts with their mind. And a lot of people are so afraid, like, okay, I'm going somewhere, I don't know how it is, and life is all about risk
taking.
You have to take the
Yes.
risk. And then our fathers,
not doing anything is still a risk, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Repeat that.
Not doing anything. So those of us that are comfortable where we are and say, I don't know, I don't know anybody. Not doing anything is still a risk. So which one do you prefer? That you get up and do something that may bring you something bigger, or you just sit there and be like, oh, okay, because it's not gonna work, let me just sit here until the day I die. And now you're putting your next generation through the trauma and the pain that you've gone through. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because when I was trying to make it in Ghana, I finished school, I was looking at my options, and it was so difficult to get like sponsorship, or to get somebody to give me an opportunity or a chance. The thing that I always thought about is, will my daughter or will my son have to come to go through the same thing I'm going through? Like, this is so painful. And that was what like pushed me and motivated me. And I remember when I was applying for school, one of my friends was like, oh yeah, you think you had a first class so you get a school, but wait, my sister did the same thing and never got a school.
That was your sister, not me.
Like the people around you kind of discourage you, right? But then I knew that I didn't want my kids to go through what I was going through at the time, like trying to like find my feet, find my way, and it was so difficult because of the society that I was in. So yeah, like that was a good point.
Yes, hi guys. Kwanzaa, what's up? Thank you all for joining. Kojo Ofori.
Darren Cooper, hi.
Hi, Godwin.
Akosiama Kojo, hi.
Oh, see, Godwin says we can make it here in Ghana, but it will take some time, extremely hard work, and some miracles.
Oh, thank God you said miracle, because I've learned that hard work doesn't always pay. Sometimes it's smart work. Like, let's be smart about the decisions that we are making concerning our careers and our lives. Like, it's not always hard work. Having to see the Kaya years, look at how hard they work. But is it compared to somebody sitting in an air conditioning room only signing papers? Like I always say, the people that earn the least are the people that do most of the jobs.
That's what I was going to say. Like, the people that really work hard
are the one that earn the least.
They are not earning much. Because even at work, you see your supervisor, your manager, you just come give you instructions. Okay, do this and do this, and that's it. And he gets paid like more. 3 times more. So that's what I've been saying all the time. That yes, you can make it. I'm not going to dispute that, but it depends how much you want to make it. Right? And we established in the beginning that some people, when they get 5,000 cedis in their bank account, they are okay. When they get 2,000, they are okay. But if you are like us, and we are also thinking about our next generation, and let me say this one. My dad was here when he had a heart attack. They had helicopter or whatever come to pick him up. So like, I'm always asking myself, if he was in Ghana, what would have happened to him? Like the medical system, like you can't even get an ambulance. So sometimes it's not just about you and how comfortable you are, but you also think about your family, your future, your family members. Because if once you embark on that journey, you make use of those opportunities. Your parents will benefit from it. Your siblings will benefit from it. Your kids will benefit from it. We are not saying that just get up one day, pick your bag or whatever and go somewhere. Like, go with a plan. There are opportunities. There are nursing programs that like UK and US, they are giving opportunities to nurses. You can make use of it.
Yeah, and like we say, it's not easy anywhere, right? And doing those things, taking those steps will not be easy. But think about the future.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's the motivating factor
Yeah.
for me. Like
Yeah.
I think about the future. Like okay, you want a certain lifestyle,
Lifestyle.
but it's not gonna come on you sitting down and say, oh, it's so hard, it's so difficult. We had to do it. We had to see. I can't count the number of times I've walked in that hot sun in Ghana, going from office to office, having doors shut in my face, having people tell me, oh no, it's not possible. Oh, and like in me applying for school, I got rejected. Even with my first class and whatnot, you will still get rejected, but you keep on. You keep on
Trying.
because you are thinking about the future. Like I feel like some people get these opportunities and they start and it's so hard. They're like, oh yeah, like it's so hard. Or they get one rejection and they think
give up.
that like, or else you keep being where you are, even though you're not happy with it. You keep being where you are. And smart work. It's not always hard work. It's smart work. Like align yourself with the people that will take you where you need to go.
And that's one thing we also need to talk about, networking, right? So I saw a post, it was funny, but they said it's not everybody you meet that you have to date.
Not everybody mean that you have to sleep with. God did send you that person to sleep with. Oh, women, men, someone who come into your life supposed to help you to the next day, then you sleep
And
with
you
them.
slept with them.
Or
Now,
a woman who come into your life to help you get to your next goal, and you sleep with them.
now he's your ex or she's your ex. You can't talk to this person
about
again.
your
They can't give you any
advice,
again.
information.
They can't link you to anybody. Now you are bitter exes, and that was a good opportunity that gone down the drain.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That we need to network. We need to make friends.
Yeah.
We need to try. That's why I'm mostly nice on social media. Like people will send me DM. Sometimes it's so annoying. But I think of the fact that I need to network with people. Because tomorrow we are the same people that will be the leaders, right? So if I'm fighting with this person, I'm fighting with this person, and tomorrow we are all at the top. Like, how do I get close to them? So one, let's network. Two, let's also research a lot. There are scholarships for people. There are opportunities for professional workers like nurses, teachers, and all these people. I think that let's not be too comfortable.
And and another thing, in doing these things, sometimes it will take you investing your money, but think of the end
benefits.
Investments. Like when you invest, right, you're investing in something. At the end of the day, you're expecting a certain return, right? And so sometimes, yes, I had to use my national service pay to pay for my school applications, and I still got rejected. And maybe I had to give up my lunch to save that money. And sometimes I'll go to my dad and be like, oh, can you help me out? Thankfully. And like you said, in the beginning, thankfully, I have a dad that has a good job, right? Able to pay my fees, able to help me out. Like in even when I was going to school, he paid for your plane tickets, giving you extra money, like all that. It was helpful. So like, let's not sit there and say that.
Some of you are just laughing.
Let's not sit there and say that. Oh yeah, like this person made it in Ghana. Go and look at their family background. I know somebody that has a business. Like right when they were in school, they started a business and it's big. They went and rented an office space. Ask them where they got the money from. They didn't just go and pick the money from somewhere. No, their parents had enough to rent, invest in them. They had family members that are doing well, investing in them. They had friends from the schools that they went to and network. See, if you went to a school like GIS, Soul Clinic, like those schools, you have the network. And so when you're doing something, they'll be there to. They believe in you. They'll be there to invest in you. You went to school in where? Kwasi Primary. The person that was the best student in your class is still in the village. So let's count how many even if we are saying somebody is brilliant, so let's count how many brilliant students that person that has been getting first in class all the time. Please ask. Sometimes you ask where they are. So it's not always like, you're in a country like Ghana. It's not always like your brains and what you bring to the table. No. It goes way beyond that. So if you have opportunities outside, like, take it.
Because we all have classmates that were so brilliant. I remember where I did my national service. I was teaching English in this high school. Like there was this guy, he was so brilliant, so humble, But even the fees at that time, he was not able to
pay.
pay, and they could sack him for school fees and all that. So I always sat down and asked myself, this guy with all this knowledge and all these skills, like, what's next for him? And it's so sad. That's why I'm saying, yes, you can make it, and we are also saying that it depends on your definition of making it. If you're making it is just to get a job, get a small apartment, get your car, get your family, and that's it for you, that's it, right? Nobody's even going to judge you, or nobody's even going to argue with you. But what we are saying is that if you are ambitious and you are thinking of your next generation, then my brother, my sister, you need to get up.
You need to do something.
You need to get up. Like, there are courses you can take, there are opportunities, there are other chances abroad you can make good use of, right? Somebody says there's no path that fits all. What has to cut across all paths is focused and dedicated hard work. And yes, that's what we are saying. We acknowledge the fact that people are working hard and people are striving and focused. But the environment will not find yourself in will determine whether your hard work will pay or not. Because over here, like, if you work for 4 hours, you know you've worked for 4 hours. This is how much they are giving you. After tax, this is how much you are taking home. But in a certain country that the name begins with a G, we could work for 12 hours a day, and our employer at the end of the month was not even willing to give us what
the money due.
Like, sometimes the month has ended, you have to go knock on doors, like, when am I getting my salary? It's so frustrating.
And sometimes even in workplaces, the abuse and toxicity that some people have to go through just to make money to be able to feed themselves, like just a 3 square meal a day, like, and these people have so much skills, expertise, knowledge. Like, there's a friend of mine that I keep telling her, you're wasting your talent in Ghana, because she's like she's into IT and she's so smart, and she knows her job. And like, if you were here, you'd be making thousands of dollars, and you are there. Like, even though what she's making is good enough for Ghana, I feel like she's wasting her talents when she could be appreciated more. She can make more and be able to help her family more and build a better foundation for her kids, right? And for her next generation. And I always say, like, it's not at a point, it's not always about you or your comfort. It's about your next generation, having not to put them through the trauma and the pain and the cycle that you had to go through to even get to the place that you are right now. So, like, let's think about these things. We are not saying, and like I always say, see, those people that have made it in Ghana, please go and they won't tell you the truth. They won't tell you the things they did, the dues they had to pay to get to where they are. It's not always hard work and focus and dedication. Though. You can be dedicated, but in a country like Ghana, the dedication and hard work is not always enough for you to blow. Unless somebody said, by some miracle, you meet somebody that's just a good person and recognizes your talent and really wants to push you. In those instances, yes, but most of the times we know people that are talented that are stuck somewhere and nobody ever hears of them till the day that they die, right? And then they come here and they do so well, right? So,
and even with the fact that you can make it and this person has made it and this person has made it, if you go back and do your research, like, we've seen these slave queens owning big shops, like, you don't know how they got it. Maybe the way they got it, you are not willing to do that. Like me, I was not willing to go chase somebody's husband to get money to start a business.
It's not sustainable. I
was not going to like endure all those cases from people's wives because I'm with their man and I want money for my future. I was not with that, and I was also ready for okay, I see your CV. I think you are qualified for this job, but can you meet me
in the hotel?
This hotel?
Yeah, that's why we are having the interview.
And see, when I heard it, at first I was like, how could people be this wicked? Until it happened to you. Like, if you don't meet them, then that's it. You call and call. You are the most brilliant student in the world.
You answer the questions, great, everything,
but listen, they don't care about you. And that's one thing I was not ready for. So I was like, listen, let me just get up and do what I have to do. And thank God. And let's also talk about this, right? We have the chance to go to school, and a lot of people don't make good use of it.
Right.
We're all in Legon. Yes, you can have your fun, you can have your moments, your good times and enjoyments and all that, but it depends on what focus, like what goal you have. Because when I went to Legon and I analyzed my situation, my family background, I realized it was education that was going to help me so much. So I determined that by the time I leave the four walls of Legon, I must have a first class degree, because that
opened the door.
That's
for
what will
you.
get me the scholarship I want, right? So, and that was my focus. That was what I was always working on. It's unfortunate I was not going out a lot and all that, but at least the goal that I went to school with, I achieved it. And that's what got me my scholarship and like other bigger opportunities. So like, let's also advise our young sisters. Maybe a lot of you are watching, it's too late for you. Like, you are done with your uni and all that. You have young people, let's advise them.
Yeah, and talking about that, I had a dad that also goes into why I feel like the people around you also play a part in how you see yourself in the world and the kind of role you end up playing in the world. From a young age, my dad would always encourage me. Like, my dad is like my greatest support, like my biggest fan. Like, he would always encourage me. And from a young age, he was somebody that I would come back from school, they would teach me something in social studies and we would discuss it. He was open, he encouraged me. And like, even like in high school, for instance, I went to him, I was like, everybody was writing of deck, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to write something. He was like, don't you believe in yourself? Don't you think that you can write wasi once and pass? And that was what I was like, oh, if he's saying this about me, then it must be true. And when I went to university, I was like, oh yeah, if you're able to get first class, it will be easy for you to go to school abroad and better your life. And that was what I put in my head, right? So every time, like, I had, like, I was different. Like, I had a lot of friends, I networked, I had not the fun that typically people have, but like I did have my fun. But then when it was time for me to study, when I would never miss a class, I would copy my notes, I would study when it's like, you will meet me in my room when it's like revision week. You won't find me in my room. Like, I'll probably be in the library or something. And I remember one of the boys who come to me in the study and be like, hey, why do you want to get a first? And I remember telling them, my father brought me to school to study, so what do you expect me to do? And so I feel like that also played a part in how I saw myself in the world, first of all, and like the role that I could play in people's lives, in like organizations, because somebody believed in me and kept on pushing me. And I feel like for some people, they don't even have that.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's one thing I always pray to God to bless my mother for. Like, the woman was there for me alone. Like, I think when I was one, my dad traveled, so it was just me and my mother. She made sure I had the best education, the best of everything. She was always motivating me, like, listen, you see what I'm going through, try and make sure that you are able to excel,
do better than me,
right? So in as much as she wasn't like educated, like she didn't go to the uni and all that, she made sure I had everything. So she made sure, yes, you go to the best, one of the best schools for basic, for high school, for uni and all that. Even when she had to sell her clothes, like, you know, our mothers, they have like stacks of garments and all that. I remember going to the market sometime with her. She would go and sell everything just to pay for my fees. So and all those were things I looked at. I was like, I can't let this woman down. She's giving me a task. Like, she wants me to do better than her. What am I also going to do so that my kids will have a better opportunity, so that they are also able to do bigger things than what I am doing? So that's what we are talking about, guys. If he was left with where to sleep, where to eat, and the clothes to wear,
that one,
like,
it's simple.
We like, all get it easily, but think about your next generation.
Do you want them to go through the hassle that you are going through?
And it's also unfortunate. Like, when I was going to Legon, I wanted to do nursing, but you know, the education system in our country, like, because I had 13 or so, they said I didn't get a single grade or something. I had to be a fee paying student if I wanted to do nursing. And we see here people do every course
anything
they
you can.
want.
No, let's take ourselves for example. We come from different backgrounds from what we are doing, right now. Like, I came here, I went to the army, I became a medic. Like, I had I didn't study science in Ghana, I did general arts. But I came here, they gave me the opportunity, I took it, and I excelled at it. Like, I was one of the top graduating students in my medic class, like, that year. So, like, they give you the opportunity to prove yourself as long as you're willing to prove this way. When you work hard, you know that at the end of the day you're going to get the fruits of your labor, but not in a country where even with everything you're doing, even showing people that you have this to bring to the table, it's still not, because you don't come from a certain family or they don't know you. Who are you? Who are you?
I had a story where somebody wanted to get into medical school or law school or something, and they were asking if any of his family members were doctors or they were lawyers. So at that point, whether you had 8 A's or whatever,
it wouldn't matter. All the hard work and dedication and focus.
So what if I'm the first person to start law school in my family or medical school in my family? Like, this is all the things.
And it's interesting here when you mention something like that, they are willing to even help you achieve that aim, so they can say that they had a hand in making you that person that you wanted to be for your family, right? But in Ghana, it's like, oh, okay, because, well, we don't know anybody that comes from your family. So like, and it's true. Like, most of the people in law school and medical school, you find out that most of them, it's because they had certain, even in the army, if you do not, in Ghana army, I have friends, if you do not know somebody that is a brigadier general, forget it. You can be strong, you can be smart, you can have all the qualifications and they'll still fail you. I came here, I didn't know anybody in the army, I didn't have to. I applied, I qualified, I passed my medicals, I went to training, I graduated, and I became a soldier. I didn't need to be, but in Ghana, I would have had, even with graduating from university and whatever, I would still have needed to know somebody for me to even pass the preliminary stages to even go forward. And as you go forward, you have to know bigger people
to get bigger positions.
To get into that position. So you see, like, the difference.
And like, guys, you are not also going to sit here and act like everything is rosy when you travel, like, or when you seek for bigger opportunities. Everything is going to just come rushing at your door. Listen, we've been through
everything.
We are not even going to get started with that.
And that's a story for another day. I think we should have like a story time. Just come and tell our story, like of where we started from and where we are now.
We've been through it, and I think it also has to do with your mindset, right? A lot of people, they are too proud. Yes, they want to travel abroad, but even if you travel as a student, and you still have to work like 20 hours or so to support yourself. You have to go food shopping and all that. The kind of jobs that we have done.
Here and come, like, you just, they'll give you a position in
like a big position.
Here you are. You are a team leader. Lead this. No. You have to start somewhere.
You start from like the lowest bottom. And the kind of jobs that we've done, some people are not willing to do it. Like, when I was in UK for my studies, I was working in a care home. I was working in a restaurant where I was cleaning tables.
I worked as a cleaner. Like, I cleaned like bathrooms and stuff when I was also in the UK. Like, even though I was on a scholarship, I still needed to make extra to be able to help out in certain things, right? So yes, I still did all those things. And when I came to America, I said to myself, see, it doesn't matter that I have a master's. If I have to scrap
to get your money,
ground to get my money to pay for my bills, I will do that till I get to the point that I want to. This is just a stepping stone to where this is not the ultimate place. So I'm not going to even let that face me, right? So if I have to scrap, get on my knees and scrap with my master's degree, I will do it.
A lot of people are not
willing to do that.
A lot of people are
They
not
just
willing
think,
to
oh,
do
you
it.
come here and then that's it. Oh yeah,
No.
everything starts working out for you.
No,
It
you
doesn't
start
work.
you start from the scratch. That's what you said. Like, yes, listen, that master's degree is it's for you.
Somebody said, from Paul Emmanuel Archer says very true. I will make it big in Ghana. That's why I don't want to travel. Yeah, people
Yeah,
say
me,
that.
I don't debate with people who say they can make it. They have their
They have the reason.
They
They
have the
have a
reason.
reason why they are saying that. So go and find out.
me. None of my uncles was in the parliament. I didn't have any uncle as a chief. I didn't know any. My father was not a pastor. So because we all know these pastors' kids, like they have the best education and all that. I didn't have all of that, so I don't know, and I know that God is still in His miracle business. But God is not going to throw manna from heaven.
No. The miracle is in you getting up and knocking
Going
on
to
that
do
door.
something,
Or
yeah.
the miracle is you taking that job that right now seems below you, but in doing it, sometimes they watch
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
They are seeing your diligence. That even
Exactly.
what you are bringing, even with the little that opportunity, someone will come to you. Like when I used to like do the care job, like the people that I used to work for, like, oh, you're so smart, you're so brilliant, you should go to school. I know this person. Like I even had like one of the jobs, she gave me extra money. This is towards you going back to school, because they saw the dedication and like whatever. And I had the woman that I used to take care of her little boy, and she told me, you're so good at this, maybe you should go do occupational therapy and do this for kids, right? They see it, and so when they know somebody, that miracle will come from what you already have now,
like
for them to recommend you to somebody, or say, you know what, I'm going to support you, get that application form and I'll pay for
the
it.
fee. Exactly. Like you don't just, and that's what we keep saying all the time. Like time itself does nothing unless you get up and do something. I remember I used to pray a lot. Lord, I need an opportunity. I need this. I need this. And the miracle that God will do for you is to bring people your way.
Yep.
Because I remember the Professor Yabua, the person that helped me with my scholarship. I didn't know him from anywhere. It was somebody I knew that knew him, that connected me to him. And that's where my miracle came from. So like the miracle comes from you getting to
But the person came and they slept with them. So now how will the miracle happen?
everybody that comes to you sleep
You
with
want
them.
to sleep with everybody. The miracle came and you slept with them. So oh yeah, it's in your hands.
Where is the miracle now? It's gone.
The miracle, you slept with the miracle.
Now the person is your ex. Every woman that comes your way, you want to
sleep
date.
with. Every man that comes your way, you want to sleep with them.
You want
Well,
to-
the
you want to-
miracle just passed you.
You want to collect money. Every man that you talk to, you are collecting money. Send me Momo. Send me Momo.
You
send
ask me,
Sasha.
please, can you revise my resume or can you recommend me to this job? See, like even when I came to Ghana, I had certain internships. So I worked with a civil society organization, and the person that recommended me was somebody through another friend that was looking for another internship, right? And I went to ask him for help, and then he helped me, but later I was like, I didn't get the internship, the one that I went to him for. And then he was like, yeah, but I know this organization. Would you like to intern with them?
Exactly.
And he called and he spoke to
Exactly.
the director, and I went to see them, and then they gave me a job. So like even with that, if I had gone to sleep with this man that somebody introduced me to, and I needed a job, and up to then that person is still my friend. I'll still call him like, I'm doing this. Like, what do you think? I've written this. Can you go through and edit it for me? Go through this. Oh, I'm going for this job interview. Can you help me go through prep for it? Right? But you start with a person. Now, how is the person supposed to help you prep for your interview?
I think most of the time, just as you said, it's what you are doing that will connect you. Because like the person that connected me to this professor, I had written a program. See, I was working with a TV station, right? So I had written a program on talent show. So I spoke with my friend, and he said, "Oh, there's this guy that's into all these things, so let me link you to him." So I started talking to him. I gave him the proposal. He read through and all that, and then we became friends. And then as we kept talking, I told him that, oh, I had even applied to a school the previous year, but I didn't get it. And he was like, oh, I know this man that helps people with like educational things. He can guide you how to write your story and your resume and everything. And that's how he led me to him. So if I had not written that TV program, I wouldn't have met him for him to also send me. And that's what the Bible said, that God asked Moses, what do you have? And he said, I have a rod. So it's what you have in your hands
that God
is going to
So you can
bless
go
us.
to all the all nights. See, like me, I'm a spiritual person, right? I will pray and all that, but I will still put in the work. If you're at the all night service all day long, you don't write one single one application, right? You are not talking to the people that will help you, and you are in the church praying day and night. My dear, God is not going to just wake up one day and someone will come and knock on your door and say, oh yeah, God spoke to me in my dream that I should give you a job.
No, it doesn't.
Or God spoke to me in my dream that I should help you. It is what you are doing, and in doing it diligently and in applying wisdom and knowledge and such. You are working somewhere, you see something that can help, you suggest it. Even if they don't take it, they know that, oh, this person wants the well-being of the company, or they are people that are like want to add things. And like in most of the interviews that I've been, they are always looking for somebody that's an independent thinker. It's not always following the structures, but bringing something as well, you know. So even in the little that you're doing, you're suggesting things, and people are coming, you are speaking to them, you are picking their brains on things. Now you've had that conversation with them. When they go and they see an opportunity that aligns with what you're looking for, they'll remember they had a conversation with you, and they'll say, and they'll call you, right? So it's not always working hard. Okay, this is my job. Yeah, I'm just going to go in at 5. No, what 5:01? I'll leave and just go.
I think it also has to do with the people you are always in contact with.
That's what I'm saying. It's
with.
Always the people
like
around
if you're around people that are always discouraging you, and they are probably discouraging you because they are okay. Maybe their parents have built mansions for them. They have their cars. They have their lives put together. But you are like me. Hey, you didn't come to meet anything.
No foundation. Like
no foundation. We are talking about foundation.
The land is not there.
The land itself is not there. Like your parents didn't leave you anything. They haven't built. And that's what, I don't know, was it Lumba or somebody that said when they were struggling for opportunities abroad, your parents were back in Africa fighting over whose border the land. Like if you're like me, you don't have anything. Your parents didn't lay any foundation for you. When parents were struggling abroad to bring their kids, they didn't bring you. And you're also there comfortably, like you don't want to get up and make something. Any move.
All like you want is Momo. Somebody send you Momo.
Yeah, like I feel like when you do that, you are being selfish. You're not.
Somebody send me this. Somebody do. And like the people that are in Ghana, like every time, like, oh, send me this, send me that. Like, wouldn't you ask me? Okay, yeah, I want to apply for school. Can you help me?
Exactly. Like, how are you?
That way, I will help you pay for your application fee, because I know that at the end of the day, there are going to be results that will help you also stand on your feet. But it's not like, oh, give me something small for the boys, something small for the girls. You think me here? No, I'm just waking up and sleeping and I'm getting deposits in my account.
And see, the most painful thing is you talk to some of these friends. Like I have a couple of friends that I can ask them, like, so what are you doing? Especially now you have a wife or you have a husband, you have a child. So what are you doing? Have you thought about your child's future? Do you think you want to explore other opportunities like school and all that, so that when you come after school, you can get a job, you can bring your wife and your kids. And some of them will tell you, I mean, when I come abroad, what job am I going to do? So I'm like, me that I'm here, I'm stupid.
Yes.
No. Like me, I don't have the same masters. No. When I was caring for the old people, I wasn't human being. Like sometimes the comments that they can even make, why would I come and do this kind of job?
My dear, the people you see at the top, even those who started from the bottom, they started from that bottom place that you don't want.
Exactly. Like you have to start from somewhere. You don't have anything. What? You don't have anything. You are proud. What are you proud of? You don't have anything, but you are proud. So what are you proud of? Like, let me know. Tell me. And see, before the conversation ends, they are asking you, hey, can you please send me
something
money?
Small?
It's the job that you will not do that I'm doing. And that you want me to give you the money. I'm not giving you 1 cent, 1 kobo. Especially after talking down. And that's one thing that we need to talk about. Like, especially a lot of people outside, they are in Africa and we are here. When you tell them, and that's what I don't tell people what I do. If you ask me what job do you do, I'm not telling you. I'll tell you I'm a bus conductor. Because they can be so disrespectful. Like I remember in UK when I was doing this care job, and I was also working in a restaurant. I was washing the pots, and see how tiny I am. They can bring a pot like
that
this,
is bigger than
and
you.
my head will be in the pot. Because at the end of the day, I need money for myself. And my mother is in Ghana. I have cousins and all that. We need to pay school fees. And you talk to some of these friends, and they ask you what you do, and you tell them, they're like, why would I go and do this job? Yeah, you want me to bring you my money? Yeah, if you don't get out.
If you don't get out, get out.
All right, let's. Slim G says, great show. In fact, I dedicate Black and White song from Michael Jackson to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Edu Anyan Converse says, great show. Thank you. And if you are, can I get your email? All right. Maybe I'll put that in my profile.
Yeah, we'll
or
put
something.
it. Yeah, put in.
Yeah.
Let me see the people on my Facebook. There's Kofi. There's Jackie. Jackie, hello. Yeah, my mates from school, high school. Nana Yao Ajma. Yeah, we see you all.
Hi,
Thank you for being here.
Chidima, I miss you. And K Richmond. Okay, somebody wants to join. Let me see. Mami K. Yeah, so guys, we are talking about looking for bigger opportunities that will not only benefit you but benefits your next generation as well. So let us know your comments. If you want
questions, if you want to join,
you can just join.
Also tell us what you think. It's also welcomed as well.
Yeah, and then let's also address, like I hear people say most of the time that our parents are even tired of living abroad. They want to come back and live in. And this is what I told somebody the other time. Like when our parents came here, I think my dad was CNA, so like he was no more. And that's one problem with our African parents. Once they get here, they are comfortable, they are able to afford their house or they buy the car. That's it. They are not ambitious enough. They are not going to school. And this is the system here. If you don't go to school, even those of us that came here with foreign degrees, you still have to go to school here and get to know their system. And I don't even blame them. That's one thing we'll talk about. So you have to go to school, get their training, know how they do their things. That's when you can start applying for these higher positions with them. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in your care job, cleaning job, and for a very long time.
That brings me to another point where a lot of people come and they come into environments or communities that will tell them, this place you can't be this and you can't be there. You can only be CNA. You can only do home care. You can only do this type of jobs. These ones, no, you never get there because you are African and you don't even have the certification. Honey, it is a lie. It is what you come here with. The mind that's in your head, the things that you want to achieve. As this country, as long as you are willing to work, put in the work, you get results.
You get all the opportunities.
So you can make it to that top. It's not going to be easy, but you can make it. You would do it. Don't look at those who have come and even when they came abroad with their degrees and this, they are still doing this kind of job and that kind of job. And so even if I come, you'll be the same. No, you come and you change the story. You come and you show them that it is possible to be in higher positions. And I always look at my brother. My brother is a great inspiration to me in this country. Like I look at him and I'm like, yes, I can do it. He's done so well for himself. He works in one of the biggest banks in America. He's a VP, right?
Wow.
A vice president in one of the biggest banks in America. How did he do it? If he had come, when he came, I'm sure people told him, it's not possible. You can only be a bank teller or something, but this position there, you can't get there. No. Put in the work. When you put in the work, they see it, they acknowledge it, and they will bring you on board. It is what you have put in your mind, willing to do the extra courses, sacrifice your sleep sometimes, sacrifice a little money to take that course. And this place, you don't necessarily have to have a degree. As long as you can show them in the interview that you can do the job, they will give you a chance.
And that's one thing that we also need to talk about. Most of us are not ready to go to school. I don't know what it is. Like sometimes they sit down and say, okay, if I go spend another 6 months in school instead of working. Wait, this is, see, you have two options here. It's either you go to
the 6 months will
school.
still come. Whether you go to school or not, the 6 months will
Please
still
repeat
come
it.
and meet you.
Repeat it.
Whether you go to the school for 6 months or not, you think it's too long. If you stay and you don't do the course, the 6 months will still come and meet you and still be in the same position.
Yeah, like
So continue, I'm sorry.
so some people will say, well, let's say I'm 35 and this course is 5 years. By the time I finish this course, I'll be 40.
Age.
Whether you take the course or not, in 5 years,
you
you'll be
still
40.
be 40. Without extra skills, extra expertise, no knowledge, nothing.
Exactly. Like, a lot of people are not willing to invest that time. They think they can work for that 4 years. They could have worked. But this is how I see it. Two options. It's either you go to school and work with your brain, or don't go to school and work with your body.
And once you work with your body, it will still affect your brain.
It will still affect your brain because, like, you are
the
stressed.
Emotional.
See, anybody that has done warehouse job abroad
is traumatized.
Come and comment.
It's traumatized.
Anybody that has done warehouse job abroad, come and comment hi. I went 2 days, I ran away.
I remember. I took her to her first day at job and her last day. I remember.
She dropped me in the morning. It was like 5 a.m. or something. I went, clocked in. Guys, for 12 hours.
Yeah, standing.
The only time I could sit was when I was on break. And the break is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And you'll be standing, I think it was, I'm not going to mention the name, but it was a manufacturing company. And I was not even doing much. I was just stacking pillows or mattress foam or something. And I was doing that for 12 hours. Like, when I went home, I was broken. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. The next day, I was like, see, if I call out just one day, what would this money do for me? Let me go again. I went the second day.
I know. This ain't for me.
12 hours again.
This
like,
ain't it. This
my,
ain't it.
My hip, my knee, my back, my everywhere. I just called them. I was, I'm sorry. I'm sick.
No,
I can't come in.
No.
That was when I went back to my books. So it's two options. You are either going to school to get a good job, or you go to school and do this hard work, and the hard work will take a toll on you. Like, in a few years time, you'll be weak. So, like, there's no way around it.
It's life.
Everywhere
Nothing is easy. Nothing is easy. Those who are abroad are not having it. I mean, the only thing is, you know that if you're putting in the work, you're going to get results.
Exactly.
So which one do you prefer?
Exactly.
Which one do you prefer? Like, make your choice. It wasn't like, oh, we knew somebody and they're like, oh yeah, let me invite her to come. We tried, we've researched, we went to school, and through school and everything, we've come to the point that we are, right? You're sitting there, you're waiting for your uncle or your auntie or your cousin to come and bring you abroad. Sometimes, some people are lucky, they have it that way, but for some people, they are not that lucky. There are other avenues. If it's not working for you in Ghana, look at other avenues. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes it will fail, but keep trying.
And that's because it starts with the mind.
Mindset.
It starts with the mind. Because I was having a conversation with somebody the other time, and they were like, well, I don't know anybody there. I don't know what will happen when I come. I don't know the journey. I don't know what job I can do. I don't know what school I can go to. And I'm like, you are even lucky you have us here. Right? If you pay any chance come to America, you know me, you know Esther, you can just send us a message. We know people in different states. Because when we came, we had people help us. Like, when I came, my friend Bridget, Faustina, and all these people, Sewa and all these people, they helped me. And so when you come, we also help you, because we are all from the same place.
As long as you are willing to
come. But if you just sit down and say, I'm not going to do it because I don't know how it will be, then
I did it and it failed, so
that's it. Like, you've shot yourself, and that's it. There's no hope for you. And I was going to say that again, the people we associate with, like, when you come and they tell you it's only nursing school that Ghanaians
they do well at, that's what will help you.
And maybe you can be a nurse.
Yes.
Like
it's
days,
not your calling.
These days I sit down and I'm like, oh, it's even good Legon didn't even give me this nursing, because I couldn't have done the nursing. Like I couldn't have done it. So like it's just getting up and getting the mindset to do it. Do it for yourself, do it for your next generation, do it for your family members, your parents and all that. Because if we all keep sitting down quiet praying, nothing much will happen. And I'm saying it again, the miracle is with God bringing the right people in your way to help you. The miracle is not with you sitting down and just praying. So guys, let us know what you think. I think our time is almost up. Thank you so much for watching. If anybody has any comments, you can just quickly drop it here. And I think, should we talk about depression and mental health?
The next, my favorite topic. She always says mental health. I'm enthusiastic about mental health. Like I really like to talk about mental health. So our next topic will be like relationships and mental health. Like that's a topic I am passionate about.
And that's one thing that if you want to come here, make sure you are rehearsing. Because
apart from that, but I feel like people still experience depression in Ghana, but sometimes you don't know that that's what depression is, or like, cause I still had anxiety in Ghana. I just didn't know that that's what it was called, right? Until you think, oh, you are free from it. There are people in Ghana that are still going through depression, anxiety, have all these issues, and they don't know it. So yes, next week's topic.
So guys, next week we are talking
relationships and mental health,
depression, anxiety, and all that. Thank you so much for watching today. We are going to end today's session. Sorry. So what we said is that yes, you can make it everywhere. We are not going to sit here and say you can't make it in Ghana or you can't make it in Africa. Yes, you can. But sometimes you have to sit down individually, like I did. Because I didn't come to meet a foundation. I didn't come to meet the plot of land. The blocks itself was not even there. There was no mason. There was no contractor.
No, there's no land. So where would the contractor come and do that?
So where's the foundation? Where's the plan? And see, this is something that we African kids suffer a lot. Because a lot of our parents brought us into this world. They were not knowledgeable about childbirth and generational continuity.
I think that's another topic, like childbirth, the topic of childbirth. You don't just get up and have children, no.
Yeah.
Just because you are married, okay, I need to have a child, or because you're of age, you need to have a child. You are doing the child a disservice by not preparing. And that's something I always say. You don't just get up and have children because I just want to have children. You have to prepare for that child. You are just being selfish if you are going to bring a child without preparing, without having a preparation for how you are going to make sure that they are taken care of, they are well nurtured, so that they can also succeed in the world that you are putting them in. If you know you don't have those things in place, do not bring an innocent child to go through the trauma and pick up all this trauma and have to work on it, and now they are in their relationships and they are showing up with a trauma response. Like that's a whole topic for another day. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you all. We'll be here again next week, the same time, 2 p.m., 8 a.m. in Ghana, 8 p.m. in Ghana. Yeah.
And I don't know when the clock. Oh, that's in March, right?
Yeah.
So that's not all right. So, somebody just sent. Angie said this session is insightful. Keep it up. Hope to join on the session on mental health. Yes, you are welcome. Yes. Next week we are talking mental health.
So if you want to contribute, definitely be here.
Yeah, just be here. You can call in or anything, and then
somebody's asking me which bank. See me in Chambers, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we can give out his information here. So have a good week, guys.
Have a good week.
We are also giving out information. Anybody that wants to go to Ghana, if you want like a private tour guide, if you want a rental home, rental car, any service that will make your tourism a very good one, you can send us an email or you can send us a DM, and then we can give you all the information. So hope to see you guys next week. God bless.
We have a page on Instagram, Afric Explore. So it's AFRIQ and then Explore on Instagram. That's our business page for our tour, travel and tour, for your travel and tour needs.
So Guys, go follow us. Check us out on Instagram. And if you watch this video, please share it for your friends.
Like
to
it,
watch it,
push it out
like
there.
it, comment.
Let's all build together. Let's all be successful together.
So that when we meet, there's no jealousy, there's no
Yes,
envy,
yes.
because we are all winning.
You're winning. Let's all win together. Thank you, Matt, Emmanuel. Great show. You guys did all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anuka, Brandon,
Thank you,
Elvis.
Cindy.
Thank you for
I
being
see
here.
you all.
And
God we're gonna end it here.
Now,
Thank
and
you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,